The word that largely defines the response to President Trump's second administration is capitulation. This time from a major law firm, which is going above and beyond in delivering pro bono services to get back in Trump's good graces. Paul Weiss, one of 3 law firms targeted by President Trump as part of his retribution campaign, said it resolved the conflict by agreeing to a range of commitments, including representing clients no matter their political affiliation and contributing, wait for it, $40 million in legal services to causes Mr. Trump has championed. Back with me are David Jolly and Catherine Christian. So the lawyer in me lost his mind today on this subject because having worked in a major international law firm, I was dumbfounded by the capitulation of the firm. And Catherine, the chair of the law firm, says the deal with Trump is consistent, right, with its principles, noting the commitments reaffirmed today are consistent with Judge Simon Rifkin's 1963 Statement of Firm Principles, which states, among other things, that we believe in maintaining by affirmative efforts a membership of partners and associates reflecting a wide variety of religious, political, ethnic, and social backgrounds. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, the law firm of Perkins Coie filed a lawsuit against the administration when an executive order was against them. Paul Weiss made a deal, and I'm sure it was done because of the business interests of Paul Weiss. It's disheartening for lawyers. This is a very major firm. They make a lot of money. 2 of their partners, one is a former Attorney General, Loretta Lynch. One is the former Secretary of Homeland Security, Jeh Johnson. It's a very well-known firm. So for a firm like this to make a deal is sort of disheartening. And it's unclear when they say, Paul Weiss does a lot of pro bono, but when you make a deal to do pro bono for legal services for Mr. Trump, is it for Mr. Trump civilian or President Trump? So it was very disheartening to see a firm like this, instead of taking a stand, making a deal.
Yeah, making a deal. David, that seems to be the order of the day, to avoid accountability and standing your ground, which is why I think a lot of folks, as Catherine noted, paid attention to what, we saw in the case with the firm, with Coie, with the Perkins Coie law firm, that decided, hey, no, we're drawing the line. We're not playing the game. The judge ruled that Trump's retaliatory executive order in that case was bad. And in fact, Trump's order is clear on its face and appears to violate constitutional restrictions on viewpoint discrimination. David, I don't even know where we go. When the law firms are folding, the courts are up against the wall, everything, everywhere, all at once, my friend. What say you in terms of how this plays itself out? Is the law firms in the courts the last wall to fall?
I think we acknowledge the crisis, and we acknowledge that the anti-democratic forces right now are overwhelming the pro-democratic forces. And whether it's a law firm, or whether it's the Washington Post or LA Times, or whether it's Facebook, we have seen this capitulation occur. And Catherine used in the last segment the term chilling effect. That's real. The chilling effect is real. We're seeing it in corporate America right now. You can go through a dozen examples since Donald Trump was reelected of corporate actors kind of falling in line. And I do think it's important that we recognize, though, those may be decisions that we disagree with, and we could denounce and say, how dare you? And that's absolutely wrong. I think a lot of us impulsively, reflexively feel that. It's okay to put ire on those actors, on the Washington Post, on the law firms, on the LA Times and Facebook. But the real ire needs to be at Donald Trump, because nobody has used the presidency like he's using it right now. He is the strong arm. He's the strong man in the White House who is making these people capitulate for his own interests. Here's my greatest concern, Michael. I truly mean this, in this lane of how he is chilling people and getting people to capitulate. It's the Democrats on the ballot in 2026. If you're a major state gubernatorial candidate, a Senate candidate, if you're a sitting House member, if you're a Republican in a primary, frankly, Donald Trump is using the tools, and there's a brilliant New York Times report on this just in the last week on how he's using the tools of the White House to go after Democrats and Democratic priorities. You want to talk about a whole new political system in the United States? It's when the White House uses the government levers to target political opponents who are going to appear on the ballot. I don't see a way in which we're not entering into that cycle in 2026, and it may be unlike anything we've seen before.